Guo's remarks, the CCP government officially declares the coronavirus as man-made by the Americans. On the 3rd February, a video about the Wuhan coronavirus was published on a Chinese website named Zilu. Governed by the Chinese Military Commission, CMC, the highest-level Chinese military authority, and operated by the Chinese People's Liberation Army, PLA, Zilu is the most important official information source of Chinese military force. Its status is equivalent to those of the Pentagon and West Point in the U.S. The information published there must be approved by Xi Jinping, the chairman of the CMC, and thus is of utmost importance. According to the latest uploaded video, the Wuhan coronavirus was not naturally evolved. It was not originated from the Huanan Seafood Market, or from wildlife such as bat, rat or snake etc. With 4 genetic sections edited from Zhoushan bat, this virus is artificially synthesized. It is non-immunable, untreatable, uncontrollable, and contagious between humans. Tailor-made to kill Chinese and Asians, this virus was accused by the CCP to be manufactured by the CIA and the Americans. Miles Guo reads the video conversely as the CCP's confession of artificially making the Wuhan coronavirus. He states that the epidemic is a biological war waged by the CCP against the Chinese people as well as American and other peoples. Broadcasted in 2017 and repeated in 2018, Miles Guo acquired intelligence pointing out that a man surnamed also as Guo was preparing a modern biological weapon. He reveals today that it is Guo Diyan. A virologist, Guo Diyan has been in charge of the P4 lab in Wuhan and is the central figure to manufacture and weaponize the coronavirus. He has delivered numerous speeches in the PLA and at the Central Party School advocating novel forms of biological, climatic and geographic warfare. Guo Diyan is one of those whom Wang Qishan, the CCP's second-in-command, has met most between 2017 and 2019. Having had a kidney transplant in November 2019, Wang visited Wuhan and stayed in the city for 4 days, accompanied by as well as meeting with military personnel. His visit was known to few Politburo members. The CCP has tried to silence alternative reports of the coronavirus. They have smeared Luda, Anhong and Lao Jiang, who have commented on the YouTube from 7th December about the suspicious origin of the virus. The CCP arrested 8 frontline medical doctors who exposed factual contagious cases. Meanwhile, the CCP made fake videos to blame people who ate wildlife allegedly bought from Huanan Seafood Market as the cause of the epidemic. The CCP has been lying about the contagion. Steve Bannon's War Room disclosed that according to the Chinese trade negotiators who visited Washington, the CCP had known about the contagious epidemic in December. But the government only acknowledged the epidemic 6 weeks later when it had developed into a pandemic. The number of contagious cases has been enormously underreported. By the afternoon of 3rd February, Miles Guo is informed that in China, about 1.3 million people have contracted the virus and the death toll is more than 30,000. The CCP has also lied about charitable supports. It criticized that the U.S. hasn't provided substantial assistance. But the truth is President Trump has offered 3 times to send medical experts to China to get to the root cause and help with a cure for the pandemic. But each time Beijing has declined. Meanwhile, large numbers of protective materials have been donated and delivered to the Chinese Red Cross. However, since the Red Cross is controlled by Wang Qishan, none has been delivered to the frontline medics, but it has been embezzled and used instead by officials. While all the CCP propaganda is accusing the U.S. for having manufactured this virus, no Western media has requested the evidence, nor denied the accusation. This is yet another evidence that the mainstream media has been compromised by the CCP. The CCP aims to stir up the Chinese to turn against the Americans. Now in China there are many more people who hate the Americans than those who hate the epidemic. Tragic accidents are likely to occur to Americans in China. This disastrous spread of the virus will entail secondary disasters, crimes including robberies and slaughters, revenge, and other inconceivable consequences. The cause domestic humanitarian disaster and international impact would be unimaginable. Thanks to the firewall and the CCP tightly controlled media, Chinese, American and other peoples cannot believe that a government would do such a thing to its own people. But when the facts come out and it is proven that the virus is man-made in Wuhan by the CCP, they would begin to understand that the CCP are liars. Then the CCP regime is definitely finished. Thanks for watching.